Social media addiction. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Almost every individual has heard of or come in contact with at least one of these social media platforms. The internet is always evolving, and so are our interactions with people in everyday life. Social media provides easy, quick entertainment, online interactions, and a place to share our ideas. Not only do we get an insight on other people's lives, social media can be used in many environments. For example, one can have a work meeting online if an incident arises, or a classroom can be held online due to an unexpected change. It helps people connect with one another when physically seeing the other is out of the picture. While social media can have many benefits, too much online interaction can actually be harmful for our well being. Addiction is a word we typically associate with the dependence on a substance or something that provides narcotic components. Nowadays, addiction can be associated with ordinary activities such as excessive eating, shopping, gambling, or in this case, social media use. While there's nothing addictive about the smartphone itself, the app contained inside holds the most power. When people lose their phone, about 73% of people feel this anxiety that comes along with it. Most are very dependent on these smartphones for a quick dose of online interactions. While we know that social media is correlated to increased depression, anxiety, lack of sleep, and can also increase car accident due to texting. So why have so many individuals try to limit social media use but end up going back to their old ways? The answer to that is dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays an important role in our brain and body, often known as the feel good chemicals. There are four dopamine pathways that connect to our brains, and three of those pathways, mesocortical, mesolimbic, and nigrostriatal, are considered reward pathways. In order to activate those pathways, a stimuli is used as an indicator that dopamine should be released, and a repetition of this stimuli causes more of that good reward feeling. Every notification, like, or message on a social media platform can be used as a good stimuli, which releases dopamine. Many people who are addicted to a substance can use a type of drug to achieve this dopamine feeling. Although the feeling with social media isn't as intense as what you would get with a substance such as cocaine, it can still be very addictive and leave people craving for more. Due to this, you can see an increase of social media use where the amount of likes on an Instagram post can determine the happiness in a person. While dopamine is an important factor to this addiction, the fear of missing out on something also plays an important role, especially in the youths. This desire to be on social media to see other people's lives make up for the absence in one's own life and to fulfill their physiological well being. Teens often compare what is happening in their life to this all perfect world represented on the web. Instead of a happy feeling that you would expect a person to have while searching social media, the opposite has occurred, especially if the person comparing their not so perfect life with this surreal image. With so much time spent on the internet, most people develop social anxiety when interacting in real life. Interaction on the web creates less risk than real life interaction, and this can result in social media addiction. Not only does social media addiction cause more anxiety, it also decreases happiness when an individual has to step away from their smartphone. A research group did a study consisting of a total of 312 university students in Turkey. 165 females and 145 males were used to show the correlation of social media with happiness, social anxiety, and loneliness level. With this, they found that students ranging from ages 19 to 25 who have troubles interacting with others in a social environment develop social anxiety. It was also known that those who are happy in their environment don't go searching for different forms of online communication tools, which results in a decrease of media use. The interaction with peers in the real world can affect someone's happiness and determine how they want to communicate. It is shown that happiness explains 20% of social media use for university students. Not only does this affect adolescents, but adults have noticed a negative effect with social media and their work. Adults have job burnout and some face work family conflict due to the constant social media use. Zanuska mentioned that adults spend time on social media to avoid stress that has occurred. While they use this energy on social media, Energy that is required for brainstorming at work can be lost. As addiction rises, an employee's ability to produce at work decreases and can affect burnout because all of their motivation was put on something else. Not only does this energy go to waste at work, it can also affect home life. Without a balance, it is easy to discard the family interaction and form a connection with loved ones. A person can be so devoted to the media that they disregard what is around them, which causes poor family relationships. The media can be very rewarding and helpful for this renovating world, but could have drawbacks. With all of these negative influences, being able to identify whether an activity is useful or becoming harmful can be beneficial for our personal growth. If these symptoms appear at any given time due to social media, it is good to stop and take a quick break. Staying away from apps for an amount of time can decrease the dependence and increase relationship with the people around. Other activities can be picked up, such as a sport or a musical interest. If the urge to explore the web occurs, many phone companies, such as Apple, installed a system where the device will set a limited screen time for us. Social media can bring us together, but at the same time separate us into a different world, but with a good limitation. It won't be as harmful. I myself get so caught up in social media that I forget what is happening in my everyday life. Comparing what is going on in my personal life to whoever's only showing the good aspect took a negative toll on me, and I wanted those who experienced the same thing to be able to step back and take a break from everything. So many people that I interact with had shown a negative impact from social media use, and if all of us set our phones down, it will decrease this effect.